The first. What's going on, everybody? On today's episode,
Man, UFC 24 is done. We will do a quick recap on the biggest moments in Abu Dhabi, baby.
look, we got a big fight going down this weekend in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, but before all that, we have to talk about a big entry that's reshaping UFC 295. Set to go down in just over 2 weeks. Stay tuned to find out more. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Ringside. You know what it is. How y'all like that new intro?
Hey, y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. Don't act like you didn't see it. We saw that new intro, baby. It's looking nice, mighty fine, Ray. What's going on, big dog? How you doing, man?
Man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. My daughter's celebrating her 16th birthday, sweet 16. Big fights going on this weekend. Big fights just going on this weekend, man. And it's a lot happening out there. My Cowboys got a win last week, so.
Man, it's a lot going on out here. Right now, I'm in Vancouver, Canada, enjoying myself, enjoying all this maple syrup that they have out here, man. It is lovely. We've been to many places, and we're going to take more and more trips, man. So if you ever get a chance, go and check out Vancouver, Canada. It is lovely. It's beautiful, man. But we got to jump into the show, man. How y'all doing? Welcome to another great episode of Ringside with Ray and Prince, where we look to educate you, entertain you, and empower you. Make sure that you hit that like and that subscribe button and share this show with the people that you care about the most. And you already know what we got to do. Ray, what time is it, man? Hey, man, Ray, aren't you having a fight soon in December?
Man, that's the game plan. We out here getting ready. We warming up. We getting in shape. We getting ready to knock a dude out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no games. Ain't no time for that. I'm too old for it. So that is the plan.
That is the plan, man.
Yes, sir.
Somebody playing just got derailed, and we were just talking about the injuries. So, man, hop into it. Who got injured, and what's going on?
Man, this is a sad one because I was looking forward to this fight. My man John Bones Jones is out of 295, UFC 295, man. He hurt it wrestling Tuesday night. He tore his pectoral tendon off the bone where it connects to your chest, and it requires surgery and at least 8 months of recovery. I mean, that's a major blow to another UFC fight that, had to switch up like the last fight. They had to switch up last time. So, I mean, we have Tom Aspinall taking on Sergey Pavlovich in the interim heavyweight championship of the world, with the main event between Alex Pierre and Jiri Prochazka.
Oh yeah,
the interim lightweight champion of the world.
I say his name is Prochazka, something like that. I love how you say his name.
It's Prochazka. Prochazka. That name right, yeah.
Prochazka. Yeah, that's a good name, man. Yeah. Oh, man, that's going to be some good fights, man. I'm looking forward to that. Man, I'm sad that Bones, he's not going to be able to play or fight. I said play. He's not going to be able to fight. But what I did hear is that they were still planning on having this fight, but it's going to be in the middle of 2024. So that's something that everybody's been anticipating for a very long time. And the anticipation is going to continue to build. So we're looking to see that, man, speedy recovery to Jones. Because I know one of my best friends, Haloti Nata, he tore his pec. And, just knowing how strong he is, when I saw him tear his pec, he was like, oh, man, what happened? And I saw that he wasn't able to move his arm, and he tore it in the middle of a game. So when you tear something in the middle of practice and you're getting ready for the big game or the big fight, man, I know it can be very devastating, but we already know John Jones, man. He's gonna bounce back and do what he does.
That's like I told you. We said it before we first started talking about this fight. I said the only person that can beat John Jones is John Jones. So
you did say that.
His body gave out on him. He had an injury. Hopefully he recovers from it, because I mean this will be a great fight. But we got some good fights coming up, man. Aspinall is minus 130 favorite over Pavlovich. He's coming in at plus 110. A very even fight, and the odds makers can't even decide. So I mean, Aspinall had a knee injury that sidelined him for a year, but he came back and he had a first round KO in July. So don't let it mess him up too much.
Right. Yeah, he came back, man. These fighters are recovering pretty fast. It seems like the team that Dana White has at UFC, they know how to make things happen. They know how to make sure that these guys heal pretty fast. They have the technology, and so he's getting back out there. He's gonna win, man. But let's not, Tom Aspinall. He's a great fighter, but let's not forget about Pavlovich. Man, this dude right here, you gotta remember, his last 6 fights, he's been knocking people out with these hands, man, these golden hands. So you have to keep that in mind, because if he gets his hands on you, man, if he applies pressure, a lot of guys can either create diamonds or they can melt in the middle of the pressure. So
you got a lot of scary
Russians.
fight,
man. That's gonna be a really good one.
Them Russian fighters be coming with it, man. They get scared. And Pavlovich he's one of them dudes. Like, if you get caught slipping, he gonna punch you right in your mouth and you can go night night.
You gonna go night night.
What other fight we got? Is that we got Alex Pierre? We got Alex Pierre he's a minus 145 favorite.
Yeah.
Over Yuri Prohaska.
Over Yuri.
I said his name right this time. Prohaska.
Yeah.
So
you said his name right, Prohaska.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah, but he's coming in at and Prohaska is coming in at plus 125. So this is kind of like also an even match as well, man. It can go both ways. We never know. But this is another close championship fight that we're going to see with 2 strikers, man. And they're going to be incredible when they get in the ring. So I'm looking forward to this fight. You think Pierre can successfully move up in this light heavyweight class weight? Because he lost his first 2 in the other weight class at 185.
Yeah, it's tough. You're talking about, coming up, quite a bit more than what you're used to. And, that weight difference matters. I mean, he's a striker. So, the hands are okay, right? But it comes to if there is a wrestling side, if there, is pressure put on, by Yuri, and, becoming a bigger difference with him with that weight. But, if anybody can do it, Pierre can do it, man. He can really throw them blows. So, you can't count him out.
Look, Yuri is coming back to get his belt. I thought he had a bad shoulder injury, man. He's and so after he got over that shoulder injury, I'm pretty sure, whenever a champion or a former champion had a belt, he's coming back with a vengeance, man. So I'm looking forward to him coming back to reclaim his title, his throne, and get that belt and show everybody why he is considered the champion.
Well, you're going to see it out there at the Mecca. That's November 11th at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden.
Ooh.
Crowd will be full force. But you know what? We had a major UFC card this past weekend. We got to break that joint down, man.
Man, you talking about Islam and Volkanovski, man. Oh, shout out to Volkanovski, man. I saw the just the after effect, man, how he was feeling, what he was going through. I feel if he had more time, he would have been able to really come out with a victory, But when you only get a little bit of time to train, it's very difficult for a fighter to come in and turn it on just like that. You need time, you need endurance, you need a team around you, you need that camaraderie so you can have the right mindset. You can have those ears in the back of your head, or the eyes in the back of your head, and the ears around you, so you know exactly what you need to do and how you need to attack.
Well, you talk about that, but he should have been listening to that coaching. He said instead of sliding, slipping, and dipping, you should have been slipping, dipping, and sliding, because that man got kicked in the head and it clipped. And even though he was on 11 days notice, like you cannot just get touched in the head like that with that kick and start doing the stanky leg. So I mean,
he did do the stinky leg, but I think he recovered pretty well, man. Well, actually, he did not recover pretty well. You could tell the fight was in him. You can tell the fight was in him, But you have to understand that Islam, he had his knee on him and on his neck, and he was punching him while Volkanovski was still trying to get up. You know, he was in the daze. He got knocked out, got rocked in the daze, got back up, and he was just getting punched the whole time. So the referee did stop the fight, man. So again, anybody that's going to take on a fight within 11 days, if they don't get an opportunity to go through the process of camp, endurance, preparation, do all the necessary things that they need to do to get their body prepared and their mind prepared, it's going to be a difficult challenge. I mean, and so as we saw, as we knew what the results would be if you only had this amount of time to train and someone else had enough time to train as well.
Yeah,
so
you
can see the difference, but man,
the fighters, man. Shout out to both of those fighters. You know, Alex Volkanovski and Kamaru Usman. Yeah. They both stepped up at the last minute. Like Alex was 11 days, and I think Kamaru was 6 days, and they were fighting two of the best in the world, right? So to take up in the last minute and not have time to prepare for it, I mean, that shows something about the toughness of you, and it shows something about what your whole space is, and how you are as a fighter. But Alex shared some things in front of the press conference. Volkanovski shared some things about his mental health, and he was talking about having UFC and Dana White and them guys keep him busy. He said because he struggles with mental health if he's not in camp, if he doesn't have something to do, something that he loves to do. It makes him focus and helps him with his mental health. But when he's not in camp, he's not doing that. It's a big struggle for him. And so, like Prince, you train people on this. You went through it, to know once that thing that you love to do is taken away, you don't have it to lock in and focus. It can change everything about your life. So tell me what you think Alex is going through.
Man, so I think what Alex is going through. So if you think about the word like depression, right? It's deep, it's down, you go down. And whenever you're training, whenever you're fighting, there's endorphins being released, and what happens is you're excited. It brings excitement. You're fighting, right? You get that rush, and when that rush goes away, when you don't have anything to do, you don't have anything to focus on to actually get back into that zone of being focused, you go deep down. You go in the opposite direction of up. You go down. And so when there's downtime, a lot of these fighters are not practicing mindfulness and meditation to allow for your mind to adapt to the downtime, because you do need that downtime. Everybody does. And I think right now, what he's going through is, he's not practicing enough of mindfulness and meditation, spending more time with himself alone. And also, it's just whenever you have that downtime, you don't know what to do with yourself. And I think UFC gives his life some structure because he knows he needs to meet at this time, and he needs to fight at this time, and he needs to eat at this time. So those things play a huge role in his lifestyle. And so he was being honest and vulnerable, and that's much respect, especially at the especially at the fight at a press conference, when you have the TV in front of you, you have the cameras in front of you, and you are actually speaking from a vulnerable space. So much respect and shout outs to him. But what he's experiencing is the highs and the lows, and those highs and lows can really become very uncomfortable if you don't know how to find that time with yourself. And so that's what he's going through, right?
Yeah, I want to double down on that, touch back on that too, because we talk about athletes being creatures of habit. You practice, just like you talk about, you practice meditation, it becomes a consistent thing that you do, it becomes part of your habit. But what you're practicing for, that last event, can be exhilarating once you finish it, but then also a big downer because like, dang, what's next? What do I do next? Now I have to get back. If I'm not going to practice again, I just had this big fight or big game, big win, and you could come down and break down because that was kind of the coup de grace for you. That was the big thing, and then that was taken away from you. You got to go back into it. What do you still keep practicing for?
Yeah, I know, man. And a lot of times it's difficult because you don't know what you're still practicing for. A lot of times we're set up to practice and chase a trophy or a ring. But after that's over, right, a lot of athletes don't know what to chase And what you should chase is a better you, a better life. What else can you do while you're here? Live into your purpose, make that purpose popular, right? And so a lot of times there's no purpose beyond that. And so when athletes can discover their purpose beyond their game days or their fighting days, then what they need to do is really focus on making that purpose popular.
Well, you talk about a purpose. I got a guy that had a purpose that he retired, but then he said, you know what, I need to come back again. He got a big old fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia this weekend. All the big fighters out there. My pops just texted me. He just landed. Tyson's out there. Roy Jones, our family, Antonio Tava, one of our ringside guys. But the big fight, Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. It's an official fight. It's not just an exhibition. And this will be the biggest UFC boxing crossover since Mayweather versus McGregor.
Bro, I thought it was an exhibition fight. This is a real fight. This is official.
Somebody said put something on it. Like, hey, I want your record. I want this on my record.
What? Hey, man, I'm looking forward to this, man. Tyson Fury, he always brings a crowd. He's great at what he does. The Gypsy King. I mean, he's one of those guys that you just love to hate, but you gotta love him and respect him because he's incredible. He's talented. He's one of the best fighters in the world right now, man. And I had an opportunity to listen to him speak about his 360 story, how he was named after Mike Tyson, and now he's grown up and he doesn't actually get a chance to fight Mike Tyson, but he gets a chance to fight him vicariously through Francis Ngannou. So I think that's going to be incredible, And so now Mike Tyson is training Francis Ngannou. So basically Tyson Fury is taking it personal, and he's just saying, you know what, Mike, I'm going to beat Francis. And after I beat Francis, I think I'm going to let my dad go and fight Mike Tyson. So, Ray, what you got to say about that since you know Mike, man?
Man, these dudes is crazy. And I love it for boxing because Tyson Fury is one of those guys who is a character, but he's also genuine. He talked about him struggling with mental health and his weight gain and him having to refocus and come back. And then his family are gypsies. They would go around the UK and just fight. Like they would all go together in like a van and a couple cars and pull up and they're going to go bare knuckle fight. Like the mama out there fighting, the daddy. I mean, everybody out there just rumbling with people, man. This is a different breed of character. And he's just so humble with what he's saying, even though he's braggadocious about how he talks. You saw him out in at the open workouts. This man was throwing them jabs. He's snapping. He's moving. He's looking like the white UK Ali out there. And then you got Ngannou. He's coming out there methodically throwing these big basic punches because he's never had a big boxing match before, and so he has to stick within himself and stick to the basics. But if he stays composed and is not off balance, he has the power to change something. He has the power to make a difference. I'm not saying that his skill set would be better, but anything can happen in a fight. Anything can happen in a fight, especially when you got big, strong athletes.
So do you think that he could possibly win? Because you already know that everyone has written Francis Ngannou off, and the Gypsy King, like even in Vegas, what they got him at negative 1250. Like that's a huge gap, man. They're saying that he's going to win by a landslide. What do you think? And Francis Ngannou chances of winning are? Is it high? Is it low? Is it in between? Like, tell me, like, because he's used to combat fighting, using the legs. Now it's just punching. So what's up?
Tyson Fury is a minus 1250 favorite, right? So the odds makers who put the money out there, they're not giving Francis Ngannou much of a chance at all. But I did watch Rocky. I did watch Rocky the other day. And if you can go into a meat lock and punch cows, bloody cows, and get yourself together and believe in yourself, be able to take those first few punches and take somebody into deep water, then you got a shot, man. Anytime you put these two up and you go inside of the ring, it's mano a mano. So anything can happen.
Hey, man. Hey, I know that it's mano a mano, but there is two sides to boxing. That's offense and defense. And I don't know how good his defense is, but I think he's really good in terms of his offense. He's proven that in UFC. But tell me what it's like when you like Mike Tyson said, everybody goes in with a plan until they get hit, and you get hit by the Gypsy King, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be a long night.
That's his biggest challenge, I think. The fact that he's going to see speed from a big man coming from a different angle, because he's normally the bigger guy, right? Coming from a different angle, and a big guy like the Gypsy King can dance and move. He has quick jab, quick hands, and he flicks those punches. He flicks his jab. It's not like he takes it and like turns it over like this. He flicks it out there, and you see his glove flopping in the wind, and he'll sit there and just annoy you until you can't take it no more. And then when you try to swipe this thing out the way, next thing you know, Mac is coming, right? So I think that's the biggest thing for him, is like to know you're going to get punched in the face, and you're going to get punched a lot. But can he be able to take that first barrage from the Gypsy King and whether it come through, try to do a little dirty box and get him up against the ropes and hit him with your big punches, man. So, you got to take some to get some for real. So that's my thought process.
Hey. We all know the Gypsy King can take a punch. It don't even matter. He went night against Wilder, Deontay Wilder, and got up, rose from the dead, resurrected himself, and came back to win that fight. So and the Gypsy King he's one of the best, man. So I'm looking forward to that fight. I think it's going to be an incredible one. And I can't wait to hear what your dad has to say, and Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, man. Cannot wait till we talk to those individuals to get.
Yeah, we have to have more for another barbershop session after they get back, man. So, but wait, hey, we gotta stay above the ropes, man. We gotta talk about what's going on. We gotta give the people what they need, man. What you got, Prince?
Man, in all seriousness, man, there is a war narrative being thrown around, and there's a possibility that we could possibly go to World War III. And to be honest, we're in like a quasi World War III right now because of what's going on in Ukraine, Russia, China, USA. So just get ready. It's a lot of media and propaganda that's going to be thrown around. But the one thing I would it's a couple of things, but the one thing I want to start with first is work on yourself. Work on your emotional intelligence, work on your meditation. You go outside and hug a tree, tell a tree how much you appreciate it. Just put your hand on the tree. And those little things count. And those little things make a difference within your soul, within your mind, within your spirit. So these are some of the things that you need to work on. Make sure that you are financially literate. Make sure that you understand what financial literacy is. Listen to people, study people like Kathy Woods. Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure is a good place to actually go and learn. Ian Dunlap, the master investor, man, he's doing some incredible things. Even Ray Dalio is amazing. Like, they have so many people out there. Buy some gold and some silver. Not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying these are things that hold their value. These are tangible things. Don't invest in shoes. Don't invest in, purses. I'm not saying that you should not do that, even though they are now considered like a small asset. But if you really want to get to the riches, go for something in real estate. If there are still places that you can buy things, right? And then the last thing is create or discover your plan for you. And because right now we're with the war narrative happening, there's a big transfer of wealth that's happening on the other side of that. So make sure that you're not distracted. That's why I spoke highly of emotional intelligence, and just be mindful of what you're doing. But make sure that you spend that me time, that meditation time with yourself. That's good for your mental health with all of this destruction and chaos that's happening right now. So keep that in mind.
Man, that's beautiful. And I'm just going to add on to that, because you talk about, the global war, the war that's happening outside. But I want to talk about the war that's happening internally, the war was happening with ourselves, and then the war that we have to win every single day, because we are being attacked and we are being presented with options and choices every single time we get up. Do we get up and do we make this choice? Do we do something that's going to be positive, or do we go ahead and lean into the negative thoughts that we have? Do we look into that inbox of somebody saying that, no, you can't do this? Or do we go down this lane and drink something or eat something that we know we shouldn't be doing, because it becomes a thing that we're fighting constantly with ourselves? But we want to find that space where we're centered. where we're comfortable with every single decision that we're making. We're aware mentally, physically, spiritually of the choices that we're making, and we're putting ourselves on that line, that path, that to what they call enlightenment. Right? And so once we find that path to enlightenment, then we need to stay focused on that and make that the beacon and not keep fighting the yin and the yang every single day with ourselves. So win that internal war first.
Man, that was mic drop on that one, man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Look, we're dropping these words of wisdom on you. Make sure that you check in with us, you subscribe to the show, you like this show, you share it with the people that you care about the most, because not only are we talking about sports and combat sports, but we're also giving you words of wisdom, teaching you how to stay above the ropes. This is incredible. As we told you before, and we'll tell you again, this is Ringside with Ray Prince. So we want to tell you thank you for joining us, because we always look to educate you, entertain you, and empower you. So make sure that you hit that like and that subscribe button, and you follow us. You tell everybody else to follow us, because we're growing, baby. You see the new intro. We busting loose in this thing, man. Also, remember that we have won an award for the best podcast in 2023, the HAPA Award. So, man, make sure that you understand that we are making moves. We're looking to improve constantly, mind, body, and spirit. And we're not going to stop, and we want to make sure that you're along the journey with us. So stay tuned. Make sure Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time that you check out our podcast. We dropped a new episode at 10 a.m. And we always have some incredible guests. So wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Electrocast, we are there. So make sure that you download the episodes.
Man, this week is a powerful episode, so make sure you check and see. We have personal trainer and nutritionist Rachel Fallstrom on the show. She talks about mental health, eating disorders, and fitness industry. I mean, it's amazing episode. So check out that podcast. Also, we're proud to be a proud partner to be with Electrocast, where we bring you guys ringside and give you VIP access to the biggest names in sports, business, and entertainment. And we also talk to some of the best stories and biggest lessons they've learned throughout their journey as elite performers. It's Ringside, baby. We're growing, we're bigger, better. Try and keep up with us, and we out. Like we always say, peace,
and
power.
I feel like busting loose, give it a break.